Okay, put these things away. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get rid of these parentheses. So I'm going to use my property here. Remember, both of these have an exponent of 1. And just like distributing, whenever something's outside the parentheses, you're multiplying. So this becomes 2 to the negative 4th power times x to the negative 4th power. And then I'm just going to write the bottom. Okay. Now, the next thing I like to do is deal with all these negative exponents. Negative exponent means move it. Alright? So, 2 to the negative 4th, that's going to go down and become positive. X to the negative 4th goes down and becomes positive. This x down here is going to go up and become positive. But a positive 1, I don't even need to write it. And then this is going to stay on the bottom because it didn't have a negative exponent. Okay, now that everything's positive, I'm going to simplify everything that I can simplify. This can get simplified. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. Okay, on top I have just 1x. On bottom I have these 4, and then I have 1 here. So on bottom I have a total of x to the 5th, right. And then because I have x on top and bottom, I have 1 on top, I have 5 on bottom. So I have, where do I have more? How many more? 4, that's right. So the x on the top is gone, I'm left with 4 on the bottom, and because everything went away on top, I'm going to go ahead and put a 1. Okay? And I'm actually realizing over here, I mean, as I did that, I looked back and was like, oh, I could have just done this here. I could have been done by doing that there. So, you know, there's a lot of different approaches. Okay? Now, do you want me to show you how to check it, or are you comfortable with it? Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and check it. So if I was checking this with a calculator, I would go ahead and use my store key, put some nasty number in there. I like to do pi. Pi store into x. I enter, when you simplify, you're keeping it equivalent. So I'm going to enter this original problem. And the trick is, the part that gets tricky is, let's see if I have something with color here. I need to tell the calculator it's a fraction by putting parentheses around everything on top, the numerator, and everything on bottom. So I'm going to put in the original problem, parentheses, and now I need another parentheses, 2x parentheses to the negative 4th power, get out of the exponent. Now I'm going to close the whole parentheses for the top, those red ones, then divide, then my denominator needs parentheses, x to the negative 1st power, get out of the exponent, times x, close my parentheses. Okay, I don't care what it is, but now when I go put in my answer, I should have the exact same thing. I don't really need a parentheses on the top, but I need that parentheses on the bottom. I'm going to get out of there, close my parentheses. Whatever I get should be exactly the same. It's exactly the same, so I know it's right. Okay? How do I stop? Yeah.